Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mid-Pokemaster here, and today we're going to be doing Week 7 and Week 8 of IBL. So, I know I said last week I'd be on time for IBL Week 7, but as you can tell that didn't really happen. Life got extremely busy, and it really didn't happen. I'm not going to make excuses, I just didn't have the time for it, with schoolwork piling up. So, so today we're going to be doing Week 7 against It's D. Willie and the Brisbane Scythers. His team consists of Suicune, which he actually dropped Celesteela for, which is actually on my team now, which is exciting. And it's his first matchup with us. So he has Suicune, Clefable, Arcanine, Tangrowth, Latios, Scolipede, Mega Mawile, Zebstrika, Mamoswine, Venomoth, and Masquerain. The Z users being Scolipede, Zebstrika, and Venomoth. So, as you can tell, I'm bringing... So, first one I'm bringing is Miltank. Pretty physically defensive, some special defense, with Miltank, Stealth Rock, Thunder Wave, Seismic Toss. This is mainly my, if Latios thinks it wants to set up on me. This is pretty much my dedicated lead, and this is also in case if Scolipede wanted to start setting up on me and tries to SD or Spike Stack me, I can just T-Wave it, so even if it does get super speedy, it still won't be super speedy. Next I'm bringing is Alolan Ninetales. He doesn't have a real switch in outside of Mamoswine, and then it still doesn't want to take a hit. With Expert Belt, Aurora Veil, Freeze Dry, Nasty Plot, HP Ground, nothing was to take Freeze Dry, and Hidden Power Ground was just with Arcanine. Only thing that really can take this Alolan Ninetales on is the Clefable, because I'm extremely expecting an unaware set, because a lot of my team revolves around setup, so I really expect that to come. Next is a pretty physically defensive Umbreon with Wish, Heal Bell, Foul Play, Toxic, pretty standard set. Next is a pretty, EV crazy Celesteela that I can't remember the exact EV spread for, that has Heavy Slam, Seed Bomb, Flamethrower, Leech Seed. So, it doesn't have anything to hit Arcanine, but we're not going to stay. This hits everything but Arcanine, but I'm not going to stay in on Arcanine anyway. If I do, it's just because I have nothing else that can't switch in. Next I have is another specially defensive Mon and Zapdos. Volt Switch, Roost, Heat Wave, Toxic. It's kind of my, Suicune check. It was going to have Whirlwind over, I think, Toxic, but I was having trouble genning it. But I didn't know until after the match that this thing also got Roar, so I could have put that on there, so a little too late now. And last but not least is Mega Blastoise with Water Pulse, Flash Cannon, Ice Beam, and Roar, which I actually did bring the wrong Blastoise to this set. I brought the one from Week 6. I'm known to gen the wrong Mons every once in a while, but this time I actually gen the right ones. I just didn't move the right one into the battle box for this week, so yeah, that's going to play into effect in this battle, so let's get into it. So, we get into this battle as I challenged ya boy D. Willie. So, he leads off with his Mamoswine, as I lead off with Miltank, as I said, which was going to be my dedicated lead. So, I just go for Stealth Rocks, and he shows that I'm faster. And I had very minimum speed investment, so it shows me that he's not very speedy. And he goes for a Stealth Rock. So, in my head, I was thinking I didn't have any hazard removal on my team. So I didn't think I had any way to remove it, so I was thinking it's there to stay. So I just started going for Seismic Toss, as he goes for EQ, and it doesn't do half, so that just showed me that he was regular adamant damage, nothing boosting his attack. I didn't know what item he was, so I was just going to keep Seismic Tossing. I had no reason not to. He's just a little above half. So it was going to be like a 5-hit KO. So, here, I believe I just go for Milk Drink here, because there was no reason for me not to. As he switches, because he knew he couldn't win that fight. He brings in Suicune, I'm thinking he's just gonna Calm Mind all over my face and there's nothing I can do about it, so I go for Milk Drink and I'm just gonna be around like 75%. Just because Milk Drink was my best play there, as I said before. Here I go for the T-Wave, because I'm thinking all he needs is Rest, Sleep Talk, Calm Mind, Scald, so there's no reason for me to switch out into something to Toxic it. So I go for Thunder Wave Hit, and then he gets fully paired that turn. So now my Milk Tank is basically one leftover turn from full. So I switch out into my Zapdos just because I can hit this thing super hard. As he goes for Toxic, which was a pretty good play because I can hit everything but the Celesteela. And he knows I'm not going to switch that in on him, like predicting. I'm not going to switch that in on Scald and get it burned. So here I go for Heat Wave, predicting him to go into Mamoswine, predicting like an electric type move. So it does very minimal. As he goes for Ice Beam. So it shows me that he has Toxic and Ice Beam. So I'm thinking he probably doesn't have the Calm Mindset, so maybe it's like Sub, Protect, Ice Beam, Substitute, something like that. So I go for Volt Switch, and he has the Pecan Berry, so good prep. So this Suicune's already doing a lot to my team, so here I just go out into D-Train the Celesteela. Since he's the best person ever to use Celesteela ever. So he goes for Substitute. He probably thinks that I have nothing to touch him. He probably thinks I'm like a Leech Seed Protect, 2 moves. So I go for Seed Bomb. And I break the Substitute, because what else would I do? What else was going to happen there? I was obviously going to break the Substitute. And he gets paralyzed. I don't know how much that mattered. So this Suicune's very low. It's done a lot to my team. It's weakened 2 of my defensive mons. So here, I can't remember if I go for Seed Bomb or Leech Seed. I believe I went for Seed Bomb. So Arcanine comes out and intimidates me as I go for Seed Bomb. In hindsight, I should have gone for Leech Seed because even if he went for Scald, he couldn't have done much to me. So I switch out, and I believe I go into Milk Tank, yes. I go back out into Milk Tank, just because I know I can take anything. As he goes for Wild Charge, predicting my Blastoise switch in, which was a good play. So, it shows that he was somewhat offensive, but he switches out, knowing that I'm going to Milk Drink. So he takes Stealth Rock damage, which shows that he's unaware, not Magic Guard. And instead of going for the Milk Drink, I go for the T-Wave, just because nothing on his team really wants to take a Thunder Wave. And I was just starting to hope that maybe I could just get some paralysis on his team, because I felt like that was going to be the best way I could beat him. So I got him the Celesteela, because that was like the best way I could hit this with Fable. As he goes for Wish, I'm thinking he's gonna Wish Pass straight into that Arcanine. What else would he do? He's not gonna stay in against the Celesteela. That's just gonna one-shot with Heavy Slam. So he switches out, goes into Arcanine. I can't remember if I Leech Seed or go for Heavy Slam. Gets the Intimidate drop again. Yes, I went for Leech Seed. Just because I will get the residual recovery. Here comes the Wish and brings it almost all the way to full. I get my leftovers. So now I'm back at full, but I still get my Leech Seed back. And I switch out. He actually switches out first and goes into his Zebstrika. Takes the Stealth Rock as I go into my Umbreon, knowing what can he do to me? If he toxics me, he toxics himself back. So Here, I predict him to go for Volt Switch into his Clefable. Just because, what else would he do? In my opinion. So, because he knows I can't Toxic him because of the paralysis. So, I go for Wish, so I can heal up my Zapdos. So, as soon as it comes in, it'll be healed up. So I hard switch out, because I don't have Baton Pass. So I go on the Zapdos, take the Stealth Rocks, as he switches out into his own Strike-Up. Probably predicting that because he knew nothing else would want to take the Wish. So the Zapdos is now back at a little above 50%, which is great. So I'm at a little above half. He goes for Volt Switch. As I believe I go for Roost to myself. He goes out into Mamoswine. As I go for Toxic. Because I was just gonna let Zapdos die, and I think I either predicted Mamoswine, I was gonna let Zebstrika kill me, or I was just predicting. I don't know what I was doing that turn really. So I switch out because I feel like this thing still has some use. So I go into Celesteela, which is like the greatest switch in the world to this thing. As he switches out and goes into his Latios, which really surprised me. And when it showed leftovers, that really surprised me, because that makes me think it's a Calm Mind set. And I can just go for like 2 Heavy Slams and kill this thing. So, he goes for Calm Mind number 1. I can't remember if I go for Leech Seed or if I just go for Heavy Slam. I believe I go for Leech Seed. Yeah, because I just wanted the residual recovery in case he just tries to set up like Calm Mind recover so he can stall me at a Heavy Slams, which would make complete sense, or if he was switching out into Arcanine. So here he goes for a second Calm Mind, so he's +2/+2, and I just go for Heavy Slam, and I believe it does like over 50%. Yeah, it brings him down low, brings Latios down low, and here he just goes Thunderbolt, I believe, and he can't be Z-move, so I knew I was gonna be able to. No, I switched up because I knew he was gonna be able to kill me here with anything he goes for. So I went out to Zapdos and just sacked it off to the Thunderbolt, because I knew Zapdos had nothing left in this game. And then here, I go into Miltank, and I believe I just start going for Milk Drinks. He goes for Thunderbolt, and I believe this was like a crazy roll, and I go for Seismic Toss and kill. It was like a 50-50 roll, I believe, for him to kill me, depending on his spread. So, I just went for Seismic Toss and got the kill. Here comes Zebstrika, and I'm just going to let it kill my Miltank. There's no reason to keep it around. So, Miltank goes down. So now I'm just left with Celesteela, along with Ninetales, Umbreon, and Mega Blastoise. And I'm just looking at the calcs and I'm thinking, Umbreon has a chance to kill after Stealth Rock, so I just need him to Volt Switch here. And he does, and goes on to his Clefable as I go for Wish, because there's nothing else I could do. That was the best thing I could do, because it just helps me heal up my Umbreon, which is getting low. And here I'm thinking, how can I possibly win this game? I need Celesteela to get in a good position to get the Arcanine weakened, to get the Zebstrika gone. And here I just went for the foul play. I was going to let him kill me with this Clefable, just so I could get the wish up on something. Get a free switch into my Celesteela. But he actually brought Fire Inium, Z, Umbreon, which is actually does quite a decent amount since I'm pretty physically defensive. Which is crazy to think since this is a Zebstrika, but this is a Z Overheat, and it brings me to 129, and Umbreon kills Zebstrika with Foul Play, which is really nice. Sorry if I'm struggling for this commentation. I'm really tired, and this battle was done a long time ago. I'm having trouble remembering everything. So, I switched out here, and this is when I realized I had the wrong set. Because I was going to come in here and Flash Cannon. Then I looked and I was like, I don't have Flash Cannon. But I do have Rapid Spin. So I was just going to try to keep Rapid Spinning just so I don't have to take the damage on a Alolan Ninetales. Because why not? I can't really damage this thing anyways. I still don't know much about Clefable's set, I just know it has Wish. I think that's all I know. So I just go for Scald here, actually. That shows me that it's fully specially defensive. Because if it wasn't, I had a chance to two-shot. But he gets this with special attack drop. But that doesn't matter because he's unaware. So, I just go for a second Scald. And it does around the same amount as he goes for Wish. And here for some reason I think I clicked Rapid Spin or something like that, which I still don't know why. So I take my toxic damage. I'm basically just sacking this thing. There's no reason to keep it around. He goes for Protect, so he doesn't have a chance to die with the Scald. And he wants to have as much health as possible after the Wish. So basically he gets almost all the way back up with his Clefable. So Clefable kills Mega Blastoise with the Toxic. And here I go into my Celesteela. And I just try to weaken some more things. There was nothing else I really could do. I believe, yeah, he goes out into Suicune. And I believe I go for Leech Seed. Yes, I do. And I can't remember if this gets the kill or not. So I get my leftovers back. So now I'm back to full with Leech Seed. It does not get the kill. And now he gets to learn what my Beast Boost is. And I go for Heavy Slam because that'll hit everything decently hard. So I go for Heavy Slam, and it does a lot. And I get the defense boost, which is really great. So it helps me live Arcanine's hits a little bit better. So here comes the Arcanine, basically at full. Actually now around like 65%. So my attack gets lowered, and I switch out. He actually switches out into his Clefable because he knew I wasn't going to stay in. I had no reason to. But I was really just going to sack off my Umbreon. There was no reason for me to keep it anymore. So I believe I just go for Wish or something, or Foul Play. I was hoping he would just maybe go for Heal Bell so he didn't have to deal with paralysis anymore. But instead, I just go out on Alolan Ninetales thinking, this is my chance to get Aurora Veil up. There's no other chance for me in this game. If I get it up, I don't think he can beat me because he won't be able to do enough damage to me with us. Because Arcanine can't do much damage. Because I'm a Celesteela with a lot of HP and defensive estimate. Under Aurora Veil, he can't do that much to me. Especially if he lets me kill this Clefable. So here I just go for Freeze Dry for some reason. As he goes for Wish. That was a misplay that I was rewarded greatly for. Because here he goes for Protect. After he gets this Leftovers. So. And then I go for him Power Predicting Arcanine. I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I really thought I got a Roarveil up. Actually, I did this turn. I really got rewarded. I really should have gotten it for a Roarveil earlier. I misplayed hard. I could have choked that game right then and there. But here I go for a Roarveil instead of like 2 turns ago, like when I should have. So he goes for Moonblast and kills my little Ninetales. So I have to bring in Celesteela here. He's ended. Okay, he goes down to 94% with the Hail and back up with Leftovers. I go into Celesteela and I tell myself I just need to attack these next few turns, just kill things. He goes for Protect, stall out my, what's it called, my Roarveil, in case if I wasn't like play. But I actually went for Leech Seed, just predicting Arcanine. Then here I tell myself, just attack. If he stays in, that's great. If he doesn't, I get damage off. I go for Heavy Slam, and I just straight up kill this thing, and I get the defense boost, which is all that matters. Because now, I'm a +1 defense Celesteela behind a Roarveil. He can't break this thing. The only thing that could save him now is a crit. Which if he does, that's very unfortunate, and I'll cry. So he goes for Flare Blitz. And as you can see, that does 51 damage. That's a super effective hit. I go for a Leech Seed just because I wanted to stall this thing out in case if we did get a crit. I don't know why I didn't just attack. I basically won the game at this point. So he goes for another Flare Blitz. Brings me to 120. Gets the burn, which was very unfortunate. Doesn't die, so I get the Heavy Slam damage. So I kill it, so I get a second defense boost against a Mamoswine, which already can't do any damage to me. So I'm a +2 defense Celesteela behind a Roarveil against a Mamoswine. What can it do to me? Nothing. All he's revealed is Earthquake and Stealth Rock. So, here comes Mamoswine. He goes for Ice Shard, showing that he can't do anything. Let's see how much that does. That does 18, which is actually quite a lot, considering what I'm behind. So, because of that burn, I don't kill, but... So, Celesteela doesn't get this kill. But Milk Tank will, so... Milk Tank gets another kill, so... We win this game 2-0. I choked this game so many times, but I got rewarded so many times for him just not killing me, so GG to It's D Willie. His record does not prove how well he's actually played. He was 2-4 going into this battle, but he played so well in this battle. Like playing off my misplays. He knew how he needed to win, but I somehow came back and won. So GG, man. I don't know if you're watching this, but thank you for playing against me. So for the Week 8 battle, we played against... I just gotta move everything over. We played against... It's Sock and the... I'm trying to find his team name on the back. The Minnestota Torracats. His team consists of Manaphy, Blacepignon, Gliscor, Klefki, Espeon, Z Beware, his favorite mon in all existence, Serena, Mega Beedrill, Z Circuitry, Komala, and Snorlax. So, as you can see, I'm trying to find this. Oh, I don't have the team on this computer, I have it on my laptop, so. This is like SD, Dragonium Z, Garchomp, Scarfstar Manitan. I think specially defensive. Let me actually see if it's in my front office. Give me like 5 seconds. You can count down. But as you're waiting, just think of the majestic Ludicolo, the greatest one of all existence. From Detective Pikachu. Because what has Ludicolo ever done to you? He's made my life better. Because who doesn't just wake up in the morning and doesn't think, you know what mon I hate? Well, what mon I don't hate? Ludicolo. It just makes my life better. Because let me just find this, but Ludicolo's a god. Because Ludicolo's just like, Ludicolo. Ludicolo. Okay, I found the Pokegeist. So yes, this is Dragonium Z Garchomp with SD Earthquake, Dragonclaw Outrage, Choice Scarf Darmanitan, Specially Defensive Umbreon, Weakness Policy Rock Polish Necrozma, Physically Defensive Zapdos, and Choice Scarf Alolan Ninetales. So I believe I lead off with Darmanitan and he leads off Gliscor. I just go for the U-turn because what else would I do? As he goes for Rock Polish, and I'm thinking, oh snap, what's he gonna do? And he batons passes into Beware because he's trying to get on the kill leaderboard. And I click HP Ice. I need to slow that down a little. Let me slow it down. Go back a turn. So he goes for baton pass as I go for HP Ice, and that does around 25%. So here he goes for SD. As I click Thunderbolt and do 53%. I switch out into Darmanitan just to sack it off. As he goes for Ice Punch, doesn't kill me. Goes for Drain Punch and does kill me. So heals him up a little bit. So I go into Necrozma because I didn't want to reveal Choice Scarf Alolan Ninetales. He goes for Iron Head. As I go for Rock Polish of my own, I was hoping he'd have like Shadow Claw or something. So I go for Photon Geyser, and I kill Beware. So he only got 1 kill, so because Beware is bad. He goes for Manaphy. I go for Photon Geyser. Does 43%. He goes for Scald. Gets a burn and gets the exact amount he needs to kill me, which was very unfortunate. Here I go into Zapdos. As he gets Crit Ice Beam as I go for Thunderbolt and kill. So anything can revenge me now. Just very unfortunate. So I'm up to 21%. So he goes into Mega Beedrill, and I'm just thinking, you can go ahead and kill me. Just don't get the static. And he doesn't, which is unfortunate. So Zapdos goes down. So I go into Garchomp, hoping he thinks I'm Scarf or something. So I go for Dragonclaw, predicting Gliscor. So, but if I went for EQ, wouldn't have killed. But I just go to Umbreon, which is my designated check to this. So, because that does nothing. So he goes for Flamethrower, does a lot. And as I go for Foul Play. So here, he comes back in with Mega Beedrill, and I can't live. So I just go for Protect. And I should have just sacked off my Alolan Ninetales here, but I was tired and I was misplaying, so I just let him kill me. I go out into Garchomp, and I just reveal that I'm not Choice Scarfed. I click EQ actually, so never mind. But here, I just go for the Z Outrage, as he lives on 10. As he goes for Baton Pass, into the circuitry. And this was so easy to tell that he was Choice Scarf HP Ice. So I should have switched out into my Alolan Ninetales, but I didn't. So here, now I go to my Alolan Ninetales. He switches out into Gliscor for some reason now. I click Blizzard and kill. Now he goes into his Mega Beedrill. And I'm just hoping for a freeze at this point. But I don't get it. And he kills me. So now I am currently, let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 3. Plus 4 differential. I'm guaranteed playoffs, so me and OP Jellison are somewhat memeing next week. We're bringing somewhat real teams because if this battle does matter to some other people depending on who will get the second bye, because Jelly has already obtained the first, like guaranteed first overall in the league, so he'll get the first bye seat. But so me and his battle basically determines who will get the second. So we're somewhat memeing, somewhat not. Like, we're not bringing our real teams, but we're not bringing like meme teams. So thank you all for watching. Next, I'm gonna record week 9 this week, so it'll be already recorded and ready. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.